Hey, what's happening, everybody? I've got a new concept for a video that I wanted to put together, which is me reacting to opinion pieces and different things that are written on the real estate industry. Today, I'm going over an article on Inman News, which is called 14 Truths Your Recruiting Broker Probably Didn't Tell You. I thought this was a great thing to touch on because I know right now there's a lot of people hopping in the real estate business because the market has been hot. So there's a lot of things that you may not know that I want to go through on this article and kind of react to the different things that they said. Number one, you are Statistic. Recruiters understand that your chances of surviving are pretty slim and they just want to add more agents to their roster. Unfortunately, this is probably true for a lot of different companies. I can't say specifically to any companies in our area because I think there's a lot of great professionals in our market. But the truth is that's one of the things that most people don't tell you when you're getting into real estate. It's a tough job, and most people who hop in don't last more than a year to 18 months. If you're thinking about getting into real estate, FC Tucker does a fantastic job of getting you in and training you to make sure that you are successful beyond that time period. But for a lot of different brokerages out there in the world, they just want you on their roster to make sure that their agent count stays high. They really don't care that much about your success. Number two, this work will be extremely hard. This job could easily be the most challenging you have ever had. Well, that sentence sums it up entirely. Most people think being in real estate is pretty awesome because you get to set your own hours, you can work as much or as little as you want, and you can make all kinds of money doing it. If you watch HGTV, it looks like all we do is walk around, open doors, and talk to people about beautiful properties, awesome kitchens, and cool remodels. The truth is it's a very emotional business. A lot of times we're working with people who are going through tough life changes. A lot of times we're working with people who have had loss, and there's a lot of times where people don't want to make the move that they're making. It's actually a really tough job. There's a ton of moving parts. There's so many phone calls that have to be made, deep relationships that you have to have with good vendors, good contractors, and different things that even though it looks like a really cool, fun job on TV, this work is extremely hard, and I'll be honest, you can work lots and lots of hours in a week if you want to be successful. Number three, clients will not view you as their savior. The business has morphed dramatically over the years. One of the most devastating changes has been the shift from a service-based industry to a commodity-based reality. That is unfortunately the case for a lot of people, and a lot of brokers, a lot of brokerages want to do the turn and burn kind of methodology where they buy a bunch of leads, they get you in a house, and they just move on to the next person. One of the things that we do at FC Tucker is really focus on building relationships with our clients to make sure that we're getting additional business from them down the road because they know, like, and trust us enough to send us their referrals. The other thing is that you're not necessarily the savior in a lot of this stuff. Like I said previously, this could be a hard situation. This could be a position where the person doesn't really want to make a move one way or another, and they don't look to you as the person who's the savior. They may look to you as the person who's making them do something that they don't want to do, especially if you get into a tough negotiation on price or inspection repairs or other things of that nature with appraisal problems and trying to renegotiate. You think you're doing the best thing you possibly can. You think you're their savior, but unfortunately a lot of buyers and sellers think that you're just something that they have to pay for to get from point A to point B, and they don't really feel like you're doing them any real service. Number four, once we have you signed, you're basically on your own. Oh man, I don't even have to read any further into this one. I have talked about this ad nauseum, it feels like. The old adage is, congratulations, you have your license, here's your desk, here's your phone, you're on your own. And the reason that exists is because that's how a lot of brokers treat you. They don't care about your actual success, as we mentioned previously. They just want to make sure that they have more people coming in to try to generate more leads and get some more business going that way. We do not adhere to that practice at FC Tucker. As I've mentioned, we do some great agent training. We want to make sure that you're successful because we have a brand of professionalism in our marketplace that we want to make sure that we're conveying to every single person that comes in that wants to affiliate with us as a real estate broker. It's a great opportunity for you to learn how to actually sell real estate, how to build a business, how to generate referrals, how to keep track of all of the relationships that you have to make sure you're doing the best you possibly can for your clients to get more and more from them down the road. Number 5, we want our money up front, whether you sell anything or not. Some offices will help cover training costs, but in many cases, you will need to pay out of pocket upfront for your training, licensing, MLS dues, association fees, desk fees, and more. It's true. There are some costs associated with getting started in the real estate market, but that doesn't necessarily surprise you, does it? I mean, this is one of the few businesses that you can start and be your own business owner, because technically that's what you are, for just a couple $1,000s really to get started. And yeah, you do have to pay that stuff up front because that's your responsibility as a new professional to take care of your licensing and actually get into the MLS to gain the access that's there for you to buy or help people buy and sell homes. With the association dues and stuff of that nature, that's all upfront costs, but you don't necessarily always have upfront costs with desk fees and more at every brokerage. So make sure when you're interviewing at different places, you find out what those costs are going to be. Over at FC Tucker, we don't charge any kind of training costs. We provide that to you free of charge up front, and we don't charge any kind of desk fees or anything else. We do have a $29 per month technology fee, which is what just gives you access to having our platforms that we utilize for our website, our transaction management software, as well as access to all of our corporate email and other things available. If you really look at the tool package that we provide, $29 a month is significantly cheaper than some of the costs other brokerages may not even be telling you about. Number 6, not all realtors make a lot of money. In fact, many don't even make enough to earn a decent living. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median gross income was $49,700 gross in 2019. Now that was an increase from 2018 at $41,800, but that is the gross generated commission and has nothing to do with any of the costs associated with having a real estate license. Guys, as I said previously, this job is hard. It's not as easy as they make it look on TV. You're not going to just open doors and get checks. Most people don't tell you that when you're getting into it because they want you to be on their roster and increase their agent count. We always make sure that our agents know when they're coming in that it's going to take some time to get going. You need to be able to go a while without some pay, and you need to understand that you're not going to be making a ton of money up front. But if you dedicate yourself and you build the business the right way, eventually it can be a very lucrative business. You know, you hear people say all the time that there's no ceiling, there's no cap to the amount of money that you can earn, and that's true. There's also no floor. You can earn less than zero because you could go without making any money and still have expenses. So understand what you're getting yourself into before you get into real estate. Number 7, this job is not about selling houses, it's about building a business. If you sell homes, you have income for as long as you manage to close transactions. If you quit, so does your income. Those agents who truly succeed build businesses that continue to support them if they go on vacation, take time off for family, or even retire. This is the most important thing in this entire article as far as I'm concerned. I have built my entire business by generating and developing relationships with the people that I work with. 85 to 95% of all the transactions that I've ever done have not come from any kind of advertising or lead buy or anything else. It comes from people that I know or the people that I know referring me to their friends and family. And then those people coming back and working with me again. Being able to do that is how you can build a successful business in any business that you're in. I don't know if you saw the podcast that I did with Eric Gooch here recently, but we talked specifically on making sure that you're doing the things that keep people coming back to you. If you can let people know how much you care and how good you are at what you do, they develop that trust in you and they'll send other people your way as well. Focusing on selling homes is not what I do. I tell buyers all the time, I don't want to sell you anything. If we walk into a house and you hate it, there is no string of words in the English language that I can put together that's going to change your mind, so I'm not going to try. I'm here to offer you a service to make sure that you're getting moved into your new home as stress-free as possible. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this new format of this video of the Aaron Advantage Reacts. Yep, that's what we're going with. Hope you enjoyed this new format for the Aaron Advantage Reacts. I went through the first 7 of the 14 items in this article today. These are some of the truths that I have realized in my own personal opinion of things that I've kind of figured out over the past 14 years in real estate. Stay tuned next week for the next 7 of 14 truths on additional things that your recruiting broker may not be telling you.